Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome back. I just changed the layout again, just to experiment, see what I like, see what you guys like, see what I like. As per usual, my readings kind of reveal themselves. I'm going to start the reading with a prayer, as I always do, and then we're going to jump right into it. So, okay. Very first thing I heard was listen to the message of the reindeer. At the time that I'm filming this, you can't really see out my window there, but it's the middle of winter, and in the winter time, the spirit of reindeer speaks to me a lot. I'm really connected to the reindeer spirit, and it's a message here. I'm being told to just mention. I'm being told you don't need to explain further, but to mention the spirit of reindeer, okay, and what it holds. Okay, there's people in this collective that that's your message. That's part of your message, and you're gonna know if that resonates with you. Okay, some of you, you're gonna be like, I don't really care, and some of you are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I've been really thinking about reindeers lately, and not because it's Christmas. Yeah, so that's where we're gonna start. Interesting starts. Inner winter. Perfect, because it's the middle of winter. Okay, this is a time of reflection. Okay, it's a time of understanding. It's a time of looking back. It's a time of creating, not creating. It's a time of taking your creations and just maintaining them. Okay, just maintaining them. Aligned. Okay, we've got inner winter, aligned, simplicity. Move my candle. Here are 3 more. Golden. Plenty. 1 more. Wow, that was fast. And the masks we wear. It's interesting. The masks we wear came up for a reading I just did not that long ago as well. Bottom of the deck or no? No, cut the deck. Bottom. Thank you. And freedom. I am loving the energy of this reading right out of the gate. I am loving this for you guys. Inner winter, aligned, simplicity, golden, plenty, masks we wear, and freedom. Okay, love this for you guys. Okay, the immediate message that I'm getting is that this collective, you have done the work and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly where you're meant to be. You're doing the things you're meant to do. You're on the right track. You're working on bringing more simplicity into your life and finding that the finer things in life are the things that are important. They're showing me writing letters. Some of you are like going back to like older technology. Okay, you're not using your phone so much, and you've decided that this collective has decided that they're going to instead focus on more older technology, iPod, MP3 player, instead of carrying their phone all the time, having an analog watch, writing letters by hand. Some of you might be focusing more on physical creation instead of technological creation. Okay, you're in the inner winter, which is pretty ironic because if you're in the northern hemisphere, right now at the time that I'm filming this, it is winter time. So the inner winter is really, really fitting for the season that we are currently in if you live in the northern hemisphere. Again, okay. It is winter, and it's the time of inner winter. It's the time of reflection. It's the time of working and on yourself, more than anything. And what's really interesting is you also have the aligned card coming up. It came up with aligned. So it tells me that this collective is really aligned with the energy of the seasons right now. You've done it. Okay. If this collective, if you're wondering, okay, am I like, I've been doing this and I've been working and I don't know, and you're looking for a sense of validation, this is your sense of validation that you did the thing. You've done it. Okay. You are aligned with the seasons. You're aligned with that energy. You're aligned with your goals that you have. For some of you, we've got golden and we've got plenty. Okay. Immediately I got investments. Immediately I got money coming in. The money is coming in with this collective. Okay. However, you have to remember we're in the inner winter. Okay. So the money is probably, for some of you, you're feeling like you're listening to this or you're watching this and you're like, okay, but the money's not here now. Yes, because everything flows with the seasons. So the inner winter, your money is also flowing a little bit slower. Okay, because it's the energy of the winter. It's the energy that slowed down, that reflect, that hold on, that and that's why I've got the goal. And that's why I'm thinking of investments, because when the money's slowing down, people are, okay, you should be looking toward your investments. And if you're not invested, you should be investing currently. Okay. This collective has a very rich energy to them. And I don't really mean that in a physical way, like in a materialistic way of like you're rich people, but of course it could come across that way. But with this golden card, I'm really getting the sense of there's a very specific type of energy that this collective holds. It's not an energy of frivolity. It's an energy of value, right? It's an energy of healing. It's an energy of internal peace. I think that there's people that might view this as laziness. And that's not the case. This collective is not lazy. Okay? You're not lazy. They're showing me, it's really interesting because as I'm saying that, they're showing like little worker bees, like doing so much. Like you're doing so much, but it looks like you have this aura about you where you can do so much, but it looks like you're really doing nothing. Right? It looks like everything is like a calm, but you're paddling, you're like a duck in the water. You're paddling so hard underneath. Everything's calm on the surface. And that's kind of the energy that this collective holds, right? And the reason that this collective, you have been working really, really hard. You've been working really hard to open yourself up, to create a sense of freedom in your life, to bring in other avenues of money in a materialistic sense, okay, to bring in other avenues of money, to bring in other ideas, to manifest different ideas. For some of you, this is business related. For some of you, it's work related. For some of you, you're holding another business, or you're holding multiple jobs or multiple work, or you're switching from one job to another job. There's this sense of working and being in a mindset of plenty, in a mindset of I have enough, in a mindset of things are good enough, in a mindset of we're doing enough and it is enough. Okay, this collective, that's really what you have worked on. And this is your validation that if this has been your project, this is what you've been working on, you're doing it. You're there. Okay, you're reaching that. The Master Beware card comes up. I don't really feel like that this collective is necessarily wearing a mask. I just feel like this collective is not fully embodying their power. They're not fully embodying their state to the highest and fullest extent. This collective, you're not wearing a mask. This collective, I do feel, has the ability to see through masks. Definitely this collective has a very good discernment to them. You're able to remove masks off people. Okay. And I think that with this collective, I'm going to be real. The ability to remove masks, which is an ability that I also have, it comes at a cost. Because people who don't want those masks removed will then talk very negatively about you. They're going to talk a lot of smack about you. They're going to try to bring you down. They're going to try to sabotage your relationships, sabotage your work, sabotage your character, sabotage your personality, because they're not at peace with themselves, because they don't have the understanding within themselves and the healing within themselves to go and say, okay, what I need to do is I need to do this healing and remove these masks that I'm using as protection, because ultimately that's what they're doing, is they have these masks up in their lives for a sense of protection. This collective, though, you have this ability. I'm not even sure this collective even realizes that you have this ability, but you have this ability to remove that mask, to show the essence of the person currently as they are. And people who wear a lot of masks, they don't like that. They don't like that you're showing that you're wearing, that they're wearing masks. They don't like that you can see down into the core of their being, of who they are, because they're ashamed of that. Because that means you see the dirty sides of them, because that means that you see the parts of them that they're not proud of, and perhaps maybe that they shouldn't be proud of. For some people, they shouldn't be proud of that. While you are stepping into the state of freedom, they are stuck in this feeling of being trapped on a mouse wheel, right? They're going and they're going and they're going in circles, because they haven't done the healing, because they haven't seen. They see these people, right? These people see your end product. They don't see all the you went through to get to this end product, to get here. They're not acknowledging that, because that then would force these types of people that you are unconsciously basically removing the masks for, it would force these types of people to acknowledge that they have to go through, to work through. So this collective, you're not doing that by any stretch. You're done. You're done. If you're there and you're on this like healing wheel of like, oh, I've always got to heal, I've always got to do more, I've always got to do more, you have done a lot. I think this collective needs to give themselves more credit. You need to give yourself more credit in what it is you've done. You need to give yourself more credit in the work that you've done. You need to give yourself more credit in how far you've come from where you were even a year ago, or where you were even 5 years ago. This collective needs to. And I think that there's people, and you know who this is. This collective knows who this is. The people who are wearing the masks, the people that are going out, the people that are doing and saying all the crap. You know exactly who this is. This is not news to you. This is not stuff that you're unaware of. This is not, you know exactly who this is in your life. For some of you, this is family, and I'm really sorry. For some of you, this is former friends. I say former because I don't think those friendships, if they're currently there, they're not going to last. They're going to be gone. Within 3 months, those friendships will have dissolved. Family is a lot more difficult. Family is a lot more difficult when it's family members that do this, right? Because you want the best for them, right? And this collective, you genuinely want the best for people. You're not just saying it. You're not just saying, oh, I want the best for people. Da, 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 da. You genuinely want the best for people. You genuinely want people to heal. You genuinely want people to be free, to have this feeling of freedom that you are working on stepping into. Or for some of you, you have stepped into it. But you want people to experience this. You want people to not be trapped in their little bubble and not explore and realize their potential. You want people. This collective wants people. This collective is a collective of beautiful souls. You guys, I'm a little bit emotional, but you guys are honestly like such beautiful souls. You haven't let the world, this collective, at this point in your life, you haven't let the world tarnish your beauty. You haven't let the world tarnish your soul. That's really difficult to do. That's really a feat. And I want you to understand that. You've maintained these, I call them the old ways, but that's like really old school talk, you've maintained a lot of these traditions within your life to some extent. That's not to say that you're like super into tradition. You're there and you're like, oh, I don't use a phone and I don't use a computer. Some of you might be. Some of you, that's maybe your goal, is to just disconnect from technology and have the flow of things and be able to just be super present. And that's fine and that's great if that's where you are. But I really feel like there's honestly a really amazing balance with this collective where there have been many opportunities in your lives to go forth and to have made very different decisions than what you made that would have ended up tarnishing your soul. And as much as this collective has gone through some serious-ish, has healed through some serious-ish, you have maintained the beauty of your spirit. And in a world that's so fake, and in a world that's so inauthentic, and in a world that doesn't have anything, holding on to that, even in the most unlikely of circumstances, is a massive feat to have. It's a massive feat to have because it's not the reality anymore. It's a rarity. It's a complexity. And because you've held on to that beauty, and because you've done that, that's why you're in this state right now of alignment, simplicity, manifesting money, manifesting your goals, manifesting your dream business, and moving into ultimate freedom, true freedom, whatever that means to you, okay? But moving into this space of freedom, this space of being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, having the money when you need it, having more than enough, having plenty, this mindset change, okay? This mindset change from scarcity to plenty, this mindset change of I am worth it. I am worth what I charge. I am worth the value of my work. I am worth the X amount of dollars per year. I am worth that money. And that money is going to come to me. Come hell or high water, that money is going to come to me because I deserve it and I am worth it and I put value into the world. This collective does put value into the world. This collective is a collective of healers, spiritual healers, energetic healers, mind healers, life healers, nature healers, okay? You're a collective where you stand where you stand, and that's that. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. This reading's finished. That's what I just heard. This reading's finished. I really hope that this collective gets how much happiness and gratitude you should be feeling right now. I hope that you understand the feat of who you are as a person, just who you are and how you think in your mindset for this collective is a feat of itself. It's something that a lot of people in today's day, they don't have the authenticity because they are wearing the masks. You not only not wear the masks, you threw the masks away. Not only did this collective be like, I can't do the masks anymore, you literally threw the mask away and burnt it. And that ability to do that is a rarity in a world where so many people don't know how to remove the mask. And in a community where there's so many people who claim that they're spiritually aligned in whatever they want to claim, to be able to discern the masks that those people are still putting up is also such a rarity. To genuinely do that is such a rarity. It's not something that's happening very often anymore. It's not common anymore. That's not the case. I'm going to leave it there because I already when they said stop, I did it. So I'm going to leave it there. You got this. This is your validation reading for this collective. This is your validation reading. Thank you for watching. Go check out my channel and my other links. Anything that I have going on at the moment will be in the description box below, and I will see you in the next video.